Hello. Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I am your guy. I am your man, Mr. Alton Henry. And today I'd like to talk to you of another film that I think is severely underrated, that I think should have gotten a lot more attention. Maybe it was because of bad timing. Maybe. I think so. Where's the DVD? All right. Maybe it was because of bad timing. Maybe because, who knows, nobody wanted to feel bad on a Christmas movie where this film was advertised to be on Christmas. If you don't see it on the back, it's right there. It's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, David Fincher's version starring Rooney Mara, Daniel Craig, and Robin Wright Penn, and Skillian Skarsgård. I think that guy's name is. Everybody want to have a good beer every once in a while. Yeah, not a good. Yeah, Skarsgård in prison. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Not a good impression. Not a good impression. Okay, the story based from the was it the Men Who Hate Women trilogy, the Swedish trilogy of books. It's basically a remake of another adaptation of this author's work, which was also adapted in Sweden, a trilogy made a film starring Ruby Rapace. But this version stars Rooney Mara and Daniel Craig, which is about a man who summons a reporter who's kind of down on his luck to investigate a strange occurrence that this guy's been dealing with for the last 40 years. And he hires Mikhail played by Daniel Craig, to investigate the reason why. Soon the investigation becomes too complicated, and he soon hires a computer hacker, played by Rooney Mara, to help solve the mystery. And this film, the trailer sold me on this, and plus this is David Fincher's film. And when I heard that he was going to do a trilogy of movies, I was on board. This film is one of my favorite mystery films. This film, and I never read the book, so I don't know what's different from the book. It's been a while since I've seen the Swedish version. I'm not going to compare this, okay? I thought this film was underrated as hell. It was one of my favorite films of 2011, and the movie technically bombed at the box office. That doesn't mean it wasn't no good. This movie was so good. I don't think people want to see a dark film on Christmas holiday. That was the thing. That's what I took out of it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the movie should have came out back in November, and then the film would have had a chance. And I think the budget was a little bit too high. Now, what I really liked about this film, and I was actually surprised by it, that the film took its time. The movie clocks at 158 minutes. It took its time. It didn't try to rush having Miguel Blumfest and Elizabeth Slander's character to meet. It took a while. They actually had two separate stories going on, where you have Miguel Blumfest, who was dealing with his thing, and then you have Elizabeth Slander, who's also doing her thing, where she is hired to get information on this guy. I think Miguel Blumfest is also trying to investigate on, and she's trying to get information from it, while she's also trying to, I think, claim her independence from the state, because she has some sort of guardian that's watching over her, and she's like a ward of the state or something. Uh, and Mikhail Blumfest had false information, publishing something like an article about this other guy. The information that he had turned out to be false, and now his reputation is in shambles. So to get away, he takes on a mission to investigate why this old man, this dude who's owner of this big company, as to why he's been receiving these strange flower like these flower pictures for the past 4 decades, and then also the missing disappearance of his niece, who's also been gone for like 40 years or so. Eventually, Elizabeth Slander, she gets involved in it, where Mikhail Blomkvist hires her to help solve the mystery behind this. And I actually like this film was more of a mystery drama. They had horror vibes to it a little bit, but this is David Fincher. The guy is a perfectionist. I love the editing and fast. I love the editing. I like how the film was consistently consistent for a 2.5 hour runtime. And I loved how the film kind of expanded these characters' stories, and kind of like when they finally met in the middle, that's when I think the real story kind of like comes in, and then these two characters, these two protagonists, join forces to really figure out the mystery of what's going on. And the movie was really pretty awesome. To me, this is like no flaws whatsoever. The only flaw that I have is that the film bombed, and then there's no sequels coming out of this version of the film. And it sucks because this was a really good film. What I really loved about it was just the direction. David Fincher did a great job with this film. It looks like the film looks beautiful. I like even the DVD covers to this. It's like you have Elizabeth Slander, and then you have like Mikhail Blomkvist, and then the Blu-ray and the original DVD. I actually thought this was a joke until I finally got it. Like, oh, okay, I see it. I see what they did. That you know, I see why they did that. There's so much to explore with these characters, and it's a shame that this film bombed. It didn't really do too great at the box office. There's so much to it. I like the many different. Uh, I like the many different. I guess I would say like story shifts that this film takes from being like a just drama to like a mystery thriller into like a procedural drama. I just love the constant like story plots that are that is introduced into this movie. I mean, maybe the film could have been cut down, maybe to just 2 hours, just cut out the extra story for each of these characters and just focus on the main one. But I think the film would have done a little disservice. And the reason why is that I think it would have. I think the film wouldn't have wrapped up nice and neatly as it originally did. And it felt like there would have been something missing there if they did take that little extra story out. Because after they finish solving the main story, the film goes on for like an extra 20-30 minutes, concluding, I guess, Mikhail Blomkvist of his scenario. And I like that this film doesn't end in a happy note at all. It doesn't. This was a very risky ending for a film. Like when how it ends. This is a spoiler. The movie's been out for 11 years now. For those who haven't seen it, you're way too late. I think this might be available on Tubi. So if you haven't, please check it out if you haven't. That once the main storyline ends, the other story, the side story that gets reintroduced with Mikhail Blomkvist trying to basically take down this guy who's I don't know, he's like a money launderer or something, or like some sort of he's a corrupted businessman. So he goes back. Elizabeth Slander offers her help to help bring this guy down, but that she doesn't do it in a way to where it's like obvious. She's like, okay, I need some money. Could you, and then could you help me out with that? And she's like, he's like, okay, yeah, sure, okay. And he does it, and then she does the one thing I didn't expect at all. She goes over to this dude, basically does like this kind of fraudulent thing where she's like some sort of imposter and basically steal the guy's money. And there was no recollection of what this person is, and then what's the law kind of finds out, like that this guy that I forgot his name. Fuck. It was making deals with. Supposedly something happens to where um the guy that Mikael Blumhouse was investigating on, somehow he ends up dying related to some criminal activity. But point is, that story gets resolved thanks to Elizabeth Slander, who's Rooney Mara, who's amazing, by the way. I'm serious. Like this was her best performance I've seen her in, and she's a great actress. I've seen her other work, and she was phenomenal. Every film that I've seen her, even in Ghost Story, even in I'm having a blank, but even like her, just all the other movies I've seen her in, she was phenomenal. This is her best film. It was really unfortunate that this film could not get a sequel, man. I am disappointed with that shit, man. I'm telling you right now, bro. Like, and it's been 10 years. It's been over 10 years. They're never gonna continue this at all. They did try somewhat with a spinoff called The Girl in the Spider's Web. That's one that actually is kind of underrated too, but I'll talk about that one later, feature down the road. Um, but man, if you guys haven't seen this, please check this out. I wouldn't even try to compare it to the Swedish version with newer pace. Well, you could do it if you want. Just to me, like because this film feels incomplete and it's never going to be completed. It just feels like this movie just stands on its own. I believe this was a better adaptation of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. If you have seen it, please comment below. Let me know what you thought about it. If you have seen it, let me know. Let me know what you thought about it. Please comment on this YouTube channel. Let me know, man. Just let me know. Come on, man. Just let me know. Just let me know if you've seen this and what you thought. Because this film shouldn't have freaking bombed, bro. This film shouldn't have. Man, I'm telling you, this movie should not have gone down that way, bruh. No way. Please let me know in the comment section below if you have seen this, what you thought about it, if you liked it, and let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.